Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you again with me, Teacher Fitri, and welcome in English class at the meeting to talk about daily activities. If you want to talk about daily activities, it is identical with the simple present. What are they? We are going to discuss about this in this meeting. Okay? Are you ready to know about present simple? Let's see this picture. Look at the form or formula. There is as, main verb, and object. As in the subject like I, we, they, you plus main verb and plus object. In here, the verb like and the object T. For the subject I, we, they, you, we say I like tea, we like tea, they like tea, or you like tea. Not only tea, you can I like coffee, I like milk, depend on you. And for the subject he, she, it, there is main verb plus s or es. You can say he likes tea, or I, or not I. She likes the new car. For the negative, there is subject don't or doesn't plus main verb and plus object. For the subject like I, we, they, you, we use don't. Example, I don't like tea. I don't like the car. I don't like the teacher. I don't like the subject. And for the subject she, he, and it, we use doesn't and then plus main verb. She doesn't like me. He doesn't like her. And if you want to ask the question, we use do, does, and then subject, and then verb, and then object. We use do for the subject you, we, they, and I, and we use does for the subject he, she, it. You can say the sentence or the question, do you like the car? Do you like the new car? Or do you like the taste of the coffee? Or do you like her? Does she like me? Does she like him? Or does he like her? There are some examples. And let's see the when we use the present simple. The first four facts. For example, the sun rises in the east and set in the west. And habitual action. There is a repetition action. For example, I always go to the campus on Monday until Friday. Or things that don't want change, and then describing yourself. In here, there are some signal words that we can use, like often, usually, sometime, never, or ever. And present simple, there are two forms. There is verb, and the second one, a verb be. Do you want to know more about the verb be? Let's check it out together. Okay, there is verb be, the subject and the pattern. Look at carefully. Like I, be, am. You, are. He, she, it, we use is. And we, you, they, are. Same as the verb in here. Also, there are three forms: positive, negative, and interrogative. But in here, we use verb be to tell about non-verb. Non-verb, it means there is no action verb in the sentence. For example, I'm beautiful. I am at office. I'm not at campus. Am I a student? Or are you at campus now? So there is no accent verb at the sentence. Now let's see present simple spelling rules. Most verb takes s in the third person singular. He, she, it. The rule number one, if the subject or if the verb end with the letter double S, sh, ch, x, or o, so we add es the end of verb. Example, I miss, he misses, I finish, he finished, I watch, he watches, I mix, he mixes, I go, he goes. Okay, you have to be careful about this rule. And the rule number two, if the verb the end of a consonant y, so you have to change y to be I and s. For example, I study become he studies. I cry become he cries. And the third rule, a vowel that be before y. So before the end of the verb, before the y letter, there is a vowel. So we just add the end of the verb. For example, I play, he plays. I pay the cost, or she pays the cost. Well, after knowing about spelling rule at the simple present, now we continue how to use WH questions. The verse what? We used to ask about things or noun. What is that? What is your name? And then the second where. We used to ask about place. Where do you come from? Where are you from? Where are you now? And then we use why. Why we used to ask about the reason. Why do you come to the campus? Or why do you want to be an actor or actress? And then how? How is we use about manner. How is your condition? How are you? And then the last who, to ask about person or people. Who are you? Who is she? Who is he? Now let's see the conversation between Daniel and Helen. I start work at 5. So, do you usually come to the gym in the morning? Yes, I do. Really? What time do you go to work? I work in the afternoon. I start work at 5. Wow, that's late. When do you get home at night? I usually get home at midnight. Midnight? That is late. What do you do exactly? I am a TV announcer. I do the weather report on KNTV. Don't you recognize me? Ah, you are Helen Black. I love your show. By the way, I'm Daniel. Now please answer these questions based on the dialogue above. Number 1, what time does Helen go to work? Number 2, who is Helen? Number 3, what do they talk about? And then for the next task, please write about your daily activity. That is individual task. Do you know what you want to do? Write down about your daily activities. Okay, in here there are some pictures to show about some activities that you can do in your free times. Now complete these conversations, then practice with the partner. Number one, what do you do? I'm a full-time student. I study the violin. And where do you go to school? I go to the New York School of Music. Wow! How do you like your classes? I like them a lot. Number two, what does Rahel do? She is a teacher. She teaches an art class at a school in Denver. And what about Ryan? Where does he work? He works for a big computer company in San Francisco. What does he do exactly? He is a website designer. He creates fantastic websites. Now let me do the exercises. Number one, hi Bruno, where blah 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 you work? Hello Shayla, I work blah 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 Siloam Hospital. So where do you work? I work at Siloam Hospital. So the answer A. Where do you work? I work at Siloam Hospital. Why we use at in here? Because Siloam Hospital is the name of place. Number two, what blah 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 he do? He goes to school every day. Okay, for the subject he, we use does. What does he do? The answer is B. And number three, a doctor identical with the hospital. What about teacher? Of course, the teacher identical with the school. The answer E. And number four, I have blah 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 at 7 past 30 p.m. So we can say I have dinner. The answer delta or D. And the last, what blah 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 your father? Talking about a noun. Yes, engineer, noun. So what is your father? My father is engineer. The answer is C. Okay, that's all our meeting for today. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next meeting. Bye bye.